This is part of our prototyping and development for the Cedar Grove Park water flow monitor system. It's something we built last spring, actually spring of 2009. We're going back here now, summer 2010, and doing some upgrades to the system. It consists of a click PLC that's monitoring the pulses output by a water flow meter, and then also an Automation Direct Seymour HMI panel that's showing us things like trend graphs, bar graphs showing us how many units of water have been accumulated. We're doing this for the Cedar Grove Park establishment so they can keep track of their water flow and, more importantly, to detect leaks. What we're doing right here, this is not the actual assembly. This is in our lab. It's simply a testing bed for us. We have an identical PLC and an identical HMI unit that we can prototype here. So we're playing around with program modifications on the PLC and in the HMI. And currently right now we're just testing it, making sure, for example, that our flow rate calculation is doing what it should, and our trip meters for gallons and CCFs are also working the way they should. So all the tests we could do here in the nice, easy to work with environment of the shop, once we get our programs debugged and prototyped and we think they're going to be ready for service, then we drive out to the actual facility and we do the installs there. This particular year we're going to be upgrading their PLC. They currently have one of the lower model click PLCs, which does not have a real-time clock and calendar. This new PLC will have a real-time clock and calendar, which is instrumental in allowing them to calculate how much water's passed by within a certain period. Like, for example, here we've got in the last from midnight to 8 a.m., 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 4 p.m. to midnight, separate 8-hour periods in a day. And in order to do that, the tabulation of those water flows, we had to have a PLC with a real-time calendar and clock. So we're upgrading their PLC, doing a new program there, some new features, and we're definitely upgrading the HMI, adding about doubling the number of screens that they have to work with. So they will actually have trend graphs in addition to having the bar graphs and numerical accumulations. So you can see right here we're going to have bar graphs for 8-hour periods, bar graphs for days of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to have bar graphs here for the months. So here's months of the year. And we have our trip meters, so we can actually read, we can reset, for example, if they're doing some troubleshooting on a leak, we can hit the reset button, reset that to 0 like a trip odometer, and then what's going to happen is they can track how much water's passed by within a certain amount of time. So features that they're going to have in their new system, they have some of these features right now, but not all of them. And like I said, we're doing the prototyping here, the testing to make sure everything works properly before we go out to the field and download.